It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The Cup Sani2C is the oldest and much-loved three-day mountain bike stage race, offering 263 kilometers of grueling, yes, but spectacular trails that takes place in KwaZulu-Natal. Since its inception, the race has provided for communities along that stunning route, which makes it even more amazing, I think.
It does indeed. Now, the Sani2C is more than just a ride. It's because every year the event enables diverse groups of people to get together to provide services and products along the route as an opportunity for them to earn money. So we're going to be chatting to our cyclist, Francois Ebersohn, who will be embarking on the 263-kilometer trail and is powered by CLOVER Super M for the event this year. And I think he's live. I think he's with us. Let's say good morning to you, brother. How are you doing?
Good morning, gents. Well on yourselves.
Oh,
very good, man. Very, very good. Really excited to be connecting with you about what really has become an amazing, I think, yes, race in itself, but also what it does for the communities along the route is even better. You've done the Sani2C before. What were some of the challenges along a route like that? Because it's quite an extensive route, yes, along some pretty hectic kind of trails. What was that experience like?
It's 3 days. You get to know yourself. We're doing the adventure this year, which is, it's not as racy as the 3 days race. So hopefully we'll see a bit more along the route than in previous years. Experiences-wise, as you guys alluded to, you know, it's the people along the route. On all 3 of these days, you've got these crowds of locals supporting you. And they're so proud of the single track that they have built along the way down to Scottsboro. So, yeah, it's amazing to experience places and on your bicycle that you haven't seen before, that you never be if it wasn't for the race. Challenges you face, staying in a small little 2-man tent with your partner, your adventure or your race partner. You get to know each other very intimately. Hopefully the weather is great this year. We've had years where the weather was a bit atrocious. And that's part of your challenges you'll have.
I mean, you're mentioning things that I love, which tickle my fancy, but you also mentioned the race and everything around it. But what about the Sani2C represents something important to you? And what is it that actually initially even got you motivated in it to begin with?
I think you as a cyclist, you tend to be a bit of a masochist because you get onto a little thing that you have to self-propel. And then eventually you get and you challenge yourself. And then people like Glenn Hall, that's the original organizer of the Sani2C, comes with this amazing, crazy challenge over 3 days where you have to ride your bicycle from the foothills of the Sani Pass all the way down to the coast. And then you go and you see, well, let's see, can I do it? What's along the way? And then you get hooked and you come back year after year because of the event that's so amazingly organized, because of the people and the people you meet at the event. Because being a cyclist and being to a lot of these events, you know a lot of people, but then you catch up again, you network, you meet new people. That's why I think we tend to go back and back and back, because you hurt yourself to an extent by challenging yourself, but that's part of the fun.
It's your community, and it's really cool. So for those who don't know, there are obviously costs involved in the 3-day event that you spend cycling on the trail, from obviously shuttle services, catering, bike washing, depending on the weather, which in turn then obviously provides income for other families, which is so important. How important is it to have a sponsor like CLOVER Super M on board to back you guys up?
And it makes a massive difference. You know, just the event. There's a cost involved for a 2-man team, or you can ride solo. So that in itself is already a huge cost. But that then goes back to the community. The shuttle service, like you mentioned, goes back to the community. Catering. You know, if you go to the event and you just sit back and you look at the massive behind-the-scenes organization, and how many people out of the community has been pulled into this event, and how many people in the community look forward to this event every year. Absolutely amazing. And you see how many places CLOVER is involved, how many schools along the way CLOVER is involved with. 3 years ago, we finished and we were sitting at the school having a cool drink and drinking, or a Super M, I think it was as well. The headmaster of the school came along and he thanked us for everything that CLOVER does for the school. And then you realize how Deep Tracks sponsors like CLOVER and other sponsors have in these communities. And these communities, it's difficult to survive without the involvement of people like Clover and other sponsors that like CUP coming on board at the Sani.
Completely. I think that's corporate social investment at its best. Francois, all the best of luck, my friend. I hope you have beautiful weather. I hope you stay injury-free, and I hope you revel in being able to be with your community again. It's been an absolute pleasure connecting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time. Really appreciate it.
And I'm wishing you, of course, so much luck in your participation in the worthy cause of the Sani2C. And I think it really, truly is just, it's so much more than just a ride. And I got to give a huge thank you to Clover Super M for their help in making this incredible event happen.
Yeah, and if your interest has been piqued like the two of us and you're keen to get involved and see how you can help that Sani2C community, I suggest you go and visit Sani2, that's the number 2C.co.za for a wealth of information, and do it now.